What's up, guys? Teddy Cornwell here. Welcome to the Underdog Talk. Something about the underdog. Today we have a very special guest. As you can see, the CEO, the head honcho, the list goes on, but the owner of Cyclops Supplements, Mr. Remy Caruso. But before we get into this interview, you know the deal. I have to give this gentleman's brand a proper Underdog Talk introduction. A brand that has been only out for 3 months. You heard that right. 3 months, but is already turning eyes. Or should I say singular eye? A brand hailing from San Diego, California. A brand that laughs in the face of proprietary blends. The king of clinical doses. I give you... let me redo that. I give you Cyclops Subs with Mr. Remy Caruso. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing incredible. That is a beautiful intro, and it's a pleasure to be on here.
You see, the Cyclops, I think it was a tongue twister. You know, it was a tongue twister. But you see what I did there was the singular I, right?
I got that. That was clever.
All right, I had to make sure that was in there. I gotta ask, Remy, how old are you?
I'm 22. I turned 23 in June.
I think you might be the youngest CEO I've ever met, man. I haven't met that many, but still, 22, bro. I love that drive. Age limit is nothing. At the end of the day, it's all about how bad you want to be successful. So nothing's stopping this man right here. Actually, I was a CEO at like 6 years old of my own, lawn care company. So I might have you beat on that, Remy, but I didn't have you here to talk about me. I want to talk about you, Cyclops Supplements. Now, Remy, I find your story very interesting. You graduate high school and decide not to attend college. Obviously, school's not for everyone. Now, you talk about how you had some dark times in your life, and pre-workout and the gym were one of the things that made you feel better. Mm-hmm. And I think that is very accurate, as the gym does wonders for us when we're having a bad day, or even just for overall mental health. Now, you don't have to say what your dark times were. Obviously, that's personal. But my question to you is, you took a huge chance on Cyclops Supplements. Were you fully committed the moment you bought a couple thousand boxes of pre-workout?
110%. I started up a few little businesses before, and I've half-assed it, haven't really gone 100%. But the reason why I didn't go fully in them is because it wasn't really my passion. I was in it just to make a few bucks. And I did good and I was making a few dollars, but I wasn't happy. I was depressed. And the one thing that made me happy through those days was going to take pre-workout, listening to loud music, and going to lift weights. And, as lame as that sounds, that's just what I love. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that too. And so I was in my kitchen one day and I was looking at a tub of pre-workout, and I was already adding, a couple extra grams of citrulline, adding in my creatine, stuff like that. And I was looking at the tub and I was like, this is the best part of my day. Why not make it my life? Like, if you want to have a good life, you got to love what you do. So at that moment right there, I quit everything else I was working on. I took every single dollar I own. I had a cool Mercedes. I sold that and bought a 2001 Honda. I sold everything that I possibly could. I went into debt. Both of my credit cards are maxed out to start this company. 110% in from the very beginning. It took about a year behind the scenes to launch my product officially, and I just put in an order for a non-stim, and I already have a few more other products coming out on the way. So,
well, Remy, I think you sound like a little chemist out here, mixing your own stuff and to create this brand. Now, Remy, I do have to ask you, let's take a break from the pre-workout. Obviously, I was going to ask this. Do you have more supplements coming out there? Or, as you mentioned, you do. So would you mind explaining on that? Or is that a secret for right now?
Oh, I'm glad to answer that question. I just finished the flavor testing with my contract manufacturer. I'm a firm believer on flavor. Obviously, you have to have a full package, but I feel like a lot of companies lack on the flavor. And supplements, I think, is something you should enjoy. Like, you should be able to sip on it in a nice cup with some ice and just, get ready for the gym rather than having to plug your nose and put it down. So I did 5 rounds of flavor testing for this pink lemonade non-stim product. It's going to be $39.99 before a 10% discount code, 30 full servings. It has 6 pump ingredients and 2 focus ingredients. So for the people that don't want to take pre-workout at night, this should help you get you locked in and a nasty pump.
Wow. And I mean, is there other supplements that are also coming, or right now we're just getting that pre-workout settled, getting that pump, and then go from there? Or do you have ideas where that might go?
So as of now, I'm self-funded. I don't have a lot of money behind me. So when money comes in from sales, the only thing, I don't go out to drink. I don't go out to eat food. Every dollar that doesn't go to rent and to bills, it goes right back into the business. So when more money comes in, I will definitely have more products coming out. But I have a electrolyte hydration one that I just finished the formula on today, and I've been emailing back and forth with my contract manufacturer. And I really think with that product, it can hit such a larger audience of people. And dehydration is a big thing. People don't drink enough water. So to help give people that extra boost of electrolytes to, keep them going through the day, it's my goal.
Damn, I mean, run my man's code up, buy every Cyclops product, because I would love to personally see in the future a Cyclops pre-workout can. I think that would be just dope, because obviously ready to drink energy drinks are honestly one of the new, they're taking off. Every company's just coming out. I just spoke with Rise, Nick. They just had one. Bucked Up is coming out with a new one. And Remy, obviously, a Cyclops, that would be good. And your flavors too, because you really do put that time. Oh my gosh, a nice cold one of those. that sounds good. Now, famed musician Luis Miguel once said, "I think we all wish we could erase some dark times in our lives. Mm-hmm. But all of our life experiences, bad and good, make you who you are. Erasing any of life's experiences would be a great mistake." Now, Remy, I believe everything happens for a reason. And over the rough water, you're over it now. You're doing what you love. So I'm happy and proud for you, man, because not many people, take the chance, and not many people are successful when they do take the chance. So it's really refreshing to see, someone who did take the chance and is successful. Obviously, I know you're successful now, and I know you have bigger plans. So I know you're not satisfied, Remy. I know you're not. But right now, it's impressive to see what you've done in 3 months. And, I can relate to that. Underdog Talk's been around for 2 weeks. And I'm not satisfied, but we've got the stuff going. So I love what you're doing. But stay strong, man. I mean, you've got this. Now, speaking of believing in the future, I saw you have 3 marketing steps and plans for the future. Would you mind talking about the marketing plans itself?
Yeah. So originally, when I launched my company, I really thought that signing athletes, giving them free product, everything like that was going to be a really good way to get my product and my brand out there. And I really learned that, it's good for exposure, but if people are going to spend their hard-earned money, they want to know who's behind it. And personally, as soon as I got that through my brain, there's a guy named KJ. He has V1 Nutrition. And I was talking to him and I asked him for some advice. And he's like, TikTok.
Yes.
And putting myself out there, on social media, that was my last step of going all in. It's a really hard thing to do, and you open yourself up for criticism and hate, and it's a hard thing to do. But once I did that, I mean, I've met so many incredible people, and the exposure I've got has been honestly probably the best decision in my business. So moving forward, I really want to do TikTok. I really like to show the raw stuff behind the scenes. I don't mind showing people my sales. I don't mind showing people, that's the stuff I want to see. When I look at a business, I want to see man, how many tubs did they sell yesterday? Or when they ran this sale, how much money did they make? And so I'm just trying to be as transparent with everything as possible.
And I think just like your products, you are being transparent in what you're doing on the side. And not many people get to see a startup like this. And you go into details on your sales, how much you brought in. And I think that really is fascinating. And KJ, he actually is going to come on soon. So that'll be a funny one. I know he does the 1 sip, 1 review thing. And yeah, I was talking to him today or yesterday about that. And no, that's awesome though. TikTok is definitely a great platform. And I love your TikToks because I love them because they're personal. Not only are they personal, they're genuine and they're real. So I just love that. And obviously the athletes are, you've got a great, I will say this to you, Remy. I did a lot of research on your athletes, and I think I'm impressed with who you got in terms of they all seem like they worked their ass off. They all seem very loyal, and I think you got a great bunch of athletes. And like you said, having a great group of athletes, I mean, that's what's gonna make you. And I even saw that a future plan in that one of those three steps is to get a team to go to the Olympia or the or showcases or different fitness events, and I think that would be remarkable. Is that something you're considering for this year, or is that something that might be down the road?
Definitely down the road. To get a booth at the Arnold, any Fit
Mhm.
Expo, it's a lot of money, and I don't have that money right now. But when the time comes, I will gladly put my profits into doing stuff like that. The athletes that bring in a lot of sales, I'd love to do, trips to Alpha Land and just team building stuff and just a lot of fun stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, like, this is what I love to do. So
No, I think that's, again, like I said, do what you love, and that's all that matters in life. Now, Remy, I had a few viewers ask me why the name Cyclops supplements, because it stands out, it's catchy, and the logo looks dope as hell. But why Cyclops supplements?
I've always been a fan of Greek mythology. I love the designs you can go off with it. And I just think it's unique at the end of the day. A lot of brands just, I wanted something that pops. And I have a friend who's a graphic designer, and I just kind of had this vision of wanting to have a super ripped Cyclops on the front of my tub because I thought it would be cool. So I just bounced ideas off of him and took about a month of 15 different trials until I got this, and I love it. I think merch is going to be really cool with it, and
Ooh.
yeah, I mean that's about it.
Now, Remy, I gotta ask: is that Cyclops in the middle? Is that supposed to be resembled out off of you, man?
So I get this question all the time, and I'm
Okay,
really
good.
not an egotistical person, and I'm not like I want to be the Cyclops. I kind of wanted. I was just describing things that I wanted to my graphic designer, and I kind of wanted it. I thought it'd be funny and ironic to be like a Giga Chad Cyclops in the middle, and it just happened to be that way. But it was definitely not something when I was coming up with the logo. Like I want to be the logo. It just kind of happened that way.
Wow, I love that, and I mean, Greek mythology is fun, and I mean, at the end of the day, there's some real beasts in there. So I mean, you can make a dope supplement brand off those, those monsters and stuff. So I love that. I really do love that a lot. Now, Remy, I think one of the best things from me being the host of the Underdog Talk is to talk to fitness influencers, talk to owners, talk to people in the fitness industry, and get tips from them. Because at the end of the day, we're all starting somewhere. So what is one tip for someone who's looking to start their own supplement brand, or not even just supplement brand, branch out and start their own fitness apparel, start their own fitness merchandise, anything in fitness? What would you recommend as someone who started and is now where you are?
So not only this, if you just want to be, a fitness influencer where, you make money through using codes or something like that, you just have to be unique and transparent. I think that goes a really long way. And it's pretty easy to tell what someone's intentions are after having a conversation with them. And just being yourself goes such a long way nowadays. And just be yourself, be genuine, be unique, and you have to try to find a niche of something that separates you from everyone else. Like what makes you different.
I love that. And I mean, I know I talked to you about your ambassador program in terms, I was looking over and seeing some of the, requirements. And you made a really interesting point and something that actually really got me in terms of you want these athletes to be fully committed. And that's what really stood out to me in terms of how much you believe in your company, because you don't want someone who half-asses it. And obviously none of your athletes do. So is that, how key is that? I just want to know, how key is it to have someone who's fully committed to your brand?
So I take this super seriously. I mean, this is my life. This is my business. This is how I eat. It's how I pay rent. So the athletes that I'm sending product to, I'll send them a bunch of tubs and, shipping costs a lot of money nowadays and everything. So at the beginning, I was almost taking on anyone with a following, and I was getting engagement and sending them product. And, at first they'd say, oh, I'm all about the brand. I'm going to be here till the end, blah, blah, blah. And then they would never post pictures, and they wouldn't bring in sales, and they wouldn't do this. And it honestly, it sucked. And it was a really good learning experience. And it just goes to show everyone has, themselves priority number one. So the reason I started that ambassador program is because I had a lot of really cool people reaching out to me. And I want to give people a chance before I take the investment on of giving them free product and stuff like that. And I would rather have 5 athletes that are 100% in than 500 that are 50-50. And so the reason I have that program is to see who's, really about the brand, who's going to promote it, who can bring in sales. And that's the main reason behind it, is because I was just getting burned and I was losing a lot of product and money. And so this is a way to, actions speak louder than words. So it's pretty much that.
I think your actions do speak louder than words. I actually saw, speaking of TikTok and speaking of getting your, TikTok going and showing your brand off, there was a video of a guy who hadn't reached the 500 limit for your ambassador program, which I think is a qualification for that. But you were so supportive of him and told him when he does reach that 500, he will be on the team. And I think not only does that point out your respect for people who love your brand, but I also think it shows out just how, genuine you are. Obviously, because not many people would do that at the end of the day. But like you said, someone who cares about the brand is so beneficial and so key. So again, hats off to you for that. Now, I do have one more question. Obviously, being a CEO has many responsibilities. Do you think about getting a staff? Is that something that you're looking at in the future?
Of course. You just need to find the right people. Yeah. And that's really, really hard to do. A lot of people do not want to put in the work nowadays. And when the time comes, I know the right people will show up. And especially with social media, I've met really incredible people and people who are definitely dedicated and are, in the local area. So when the time comes, I will definitely assemble the right team. But as of now, I don't necessarily have funding or, I can really handle everything myself as of now. But yeah, when the time comes, I will gladly have a full team.
100%. And now my final question, do you see Cyclops supplements going to the big retailer stores? Is that something that's also down the road?
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't be. I have got offers to get into quite a few retail stores around here, but I'm ordering my product in such a low number to where my cost of goods is pretty expensive. And so to get into a place like GNC, you need to be ordering, 50, 100,000 units at a time. So when that time comes, 100%, I have a lot of other really unique products and sister brands that I want to branch off and do with this. But I always want, the supplements and the gym bro stuff to be, a part of my life, because at the end of the day, I'm a gym bro at heart and it's what I love to do. It's my passion. So yes, to answer your question, retail in the future for sure. I definitely want to do those, energy cans like everyone is doing right now, but got to start small, build it up, and everything will fall into place.
And I think I can relate so much, because obviously, like Cyclops supplements, we have so much to prove. And I think both of us have so much to gain. I mean, right now it's just a start. And like they say, trust the process and everything will work out. So, I mean, Remy, I'm personally going to buy a tub after this just to show support. And honestly, I love the fucking blend. I'm not going to lie. A clinical dose blend in this modern day. I mean, everyone's doing a proprietary blend. So hats off to you for that. Now, Remy, I know you're a busy guy being a CEO and all, but are you down for some rapid fire questions?
Go. And I'd like to say one more thing before the rapid fire questions.
Do it.
What I'm doing is really nothing crazy. Honestly, anybody can do it. And you just really need to put in the time and effort. And it's really not rocket science. You just need to learn to problem solve. And going into this business, I knew nothing about how to create a tub, graphic design, create a formula, but I was willing to learn on the way. And, you can apply that to any business you want to start up, anything like that. Just, get your foot in the door and problem solve it, and you'd be surprised what you can do.
No, Remy, I think you're being a little too humble, man. I don't think it's very easy to start up a supplement brand. So again, final hats off to you because that is not easy. But favorite flavor of Cyclops subs?
I personally like to do a half and half mix. I got that recommended to me, half sour watermelon, half blue raspberry. And I mocked it at first, and one of my buddies was like, dude, you gotta try it. Did it? Incredible. So it actually got the nickname the forbidden flavor.
Well, I mean, is that a flavor we can expect down the road?
I was actually talking to my contract manufacturer. I want to do like a mystery flavor where I'm not going to tell anybody what it is. And obviously it will taste good, but you'll have to buy it to figure it out. You'll know the formula, but the taste, mystery.
I love that. The intrigue factor on that. That's exciting to me. I've never heard anyone mix two pre-workouts in all my time in the fitness industry. So I'm going to do that too. Wow. I think I know the question or the answer to this. Dry scoop or mixed pre-workout?
You got to mix it. Dry scooping does not cut pre-workout justice. Your body can't digest it, and it's just a disgrace to the formula. You got to put it in some cold water, 8 to 12 ounces, and enjoy it.
I mean, I think especially for your brand with these flavors, I need to enjoy this. Like this is a treat. I'm cutting on my diet right now, and everything's hell. So some kind of flavor in there. Oh man, that's gonna be wonderful. Now, Remy, if Cyclops supplements was already taken, which name would you pick? Medusa or Cerberus? And Cerberus is that three-headed dog. I know you know more mythology than me, so I don't need to explain that to you.
Those are actually both really great names, but when I heard that, I think with the Medusa, people would think that you're just trying to rip off Versace. So I would personally go the three-headed dog, and I think you can make some incredible merch and logos. I would go three-headed dog.
Next round, Minotaur or Cerberus?
I would do Minotaur because then you could do Minotaur made lemonade, and that would be an incredible flavor.
And obviously, the winner is going to be Cyclops. It's going to take over Minotaur. That's not a question. On to the next. Talk like Rocky for the rest of your life, or have to box Rocky in his prime. And now, Remy, I'm not going to just put you in the ring. I'll give you some training. I'll give you 6 months. Then you can go in. Which one are we doing?
I would box Rocky because you could get it done with. Yes, I would get knocked out flat, but then I wouldn't have to talk like him for the rest of my life. I think you should rip off the Band-Aid and get on with it.
Yo, Adrian, I did it. Yeah, I'm never doing that again. Final question, Remy. Now, this is a big one. There is only one right answer to this. And now, D-Trend said neutral, and I don't like that answer. Pull-ups or chin-ups, go.
Pull-ups or chin-ups?
Yeah.
I mean, pull-ups will get you a better back. It's the more superior movement. Chin-ups is great if you're learning, but pull-ups all the way.
Oh, okay. I like that. And now before we end this, I do have a few comments that got here. Let's read them out. My guy, Remy, the future of the industry. I think he's coming for it all. I love where we're going. And then we had a few other people. Let's go. Alpha Land team building, all in on that idea. Remy, while I'm not on the team, I mean, let me know if you got some extra room for that, because if you got a bus or something, I will sit on the middle of the bus to go. But Remy, I mean, it's been an honor and privilege, man. Thank you for taking your time. I know you're a busy guy. I know you got a lot to do, and I'm excited to see where this brand is going. I really am. And I'm really excited to see what this pump product, because 6 ingredients you said in a pump product is very rare. A clinical dose in a pump product is even rarer. So I am really excited to see, where that's going to go. I mean, Remy, do you have anything to plug? Obviously, we talked about cyclops.com, but what's the Instagram? What's the TikTok?
Instagram, it's all just Cyclops_supplements. To leave it off, if anyone has constructive criticism, marketing ideas, products they want to see, reach out to Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I'm always looking for constructive criticism and new ideas.
Hell yeah. And I mean, it's nice to see your guys' energy, very creative. I mean, that's all Remy. I'm not a creative guy at all. I wish, man. But and now I will say, make sure to go follow the CEO himself, because Remy, I saw your Instagram and it was slacking a little. So follow my guy Remy Caruso. All that will be in the bio, because at the end of the day, not only is he the CEO, but he is showing everything that's going on in this brand. So I'm definitely going to see more content, and I want to watch more content, because it really is interesting to see everything that goes into starting a supplement brand. But as you guys can see, we have some big guests coming up on this show. And I mean, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Underdog out.